Good. Just cameraman, it's all you.
Happy days. Rightio. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Crossbar Capers, Smashing Crossbar Podcast. So, I apologise for the last 2 weeks of absences, getting closer to Christmas, chaotic, flat out. So forth, we are not full-time podcasters. We do have families and everything to deal with. So, I do apologise for everyone who didn't get any content in the last 2 weeks. So we figured we'd ramp it up, last one before Christmas, and we would go live out to everybody. Feel free to obviously chat away. I virtually opened up this podcast to, it's going to be completely different. It's going to be absolutely live. It's going to be absolutely raw as hell. I want your comments. There's no paperwork, nothing like that. No screens virtually of, stats or anything like that. Everyone knows, who obviously is a Jets fan, knows where we've been the last 2 weeks. 10 goals conceded, not good enough. Everyone's got an opinion. We've seen plenty of them on Facebook, on all the pages and so forth. From Merrick out to Fold the Club to friggin', why isn't Bobby starting, etc., etc. We can go on, which is why.
Yeah, you keep doing that while I post on social media.
While that's pretty much why we figured we'd open it up to everybody. If you got a topic, if you got a question, let's get it out there and let's talk about it. Thanks again to Ben, obviously, for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
2 days.
Always a pleasure.
2 days before Christmas, mate. So thanks for that.
That's all right. I don't mind.
We may as well start it until obviously everyone sort of gets in and says, says what they need to say, and obviously hits us with a question, mate. May as well start from City, I suppose. Awful game. 4-0. Probably the worst performance I've seen the Jets play by far this season. It was atrocious. Your thoughts on it?
The City game, absolutely ropeable. Absolutely ropeable. I mean, admittedly, I was live streaming on my own channel, gaming, whilst I was watching it. I did have it on the iPad in front of me. Not the best performance, probably the worst performance I've seen in probably 2 years.
Yep.
From a Jet side, to be brutally honest, and again, that's why we're here doing this live. We want the brutal. We want the not so much the brutal, but we want the live sort of reaction to that. We want people to visibly see, not just be able to hear in our voice, the utter. I was going to use the word disgust, but that's a bit it's a bit harsh. But
I don't think it's a disgust. It's just more it's as a club of where we've been. Obviously, we went from wooden spooners to grand final runners up. Now we're heading sort of back in that downslide, and it's not where we want to be. It's not where the fans want to see the club going. We've heard obviously massive, scenarios of, we've got no money, we've, can't buy this.
Unlock your phone and pass it to me. And I'll try and stay on camera instead of moving my head out of the way.
Fair enough. So obviously, it's definitely not where we want to see the club heading back towards. So obviously, as fans, we're frustrated.
Dale's trying to ring you.
Fair enough. Dale or
Dale.
Oh, good. Anyway, freaking the wife's old man's trying to call me, whatever. What was I going to say? So we figured we'd sit down, we'd nut it out with obviously everyone who's willing to jump on and, let us know what you guys have got to say about it. Obviously, the 4-0 result was terrible. It was a shambles. The performance wasn't like the Jets in past.
Or even at the start of this season.
Even the start of the season. The start of the season, we looked all right. We come away with a point against the Central Coast. We knew we weren't 100% ready. We started with the bye. You take the draw. And obviously we went on, a little bit of... We were losing games, but we weren't getting smacked. And you could see the guys pretty well giving a shit. You know what I mean? They cared. They were there trying to win games.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that obviously against City. I don't feel the heart was in it. I don't think. I think after about 20, 30 minutes, they'd sort of given up already.
Yeah.
So, like what can we take out from the City game? There wasn't more.
Not a lot.
You know, I don't even know where to start, and this is why we figured we'd open it up to you guys. Obviously, like, you know, who do we blame?
Am I right to post a live link in here?
Who do you blame for it? You know what I mean? Friggin', you know, do you start hammering the coaching staff? Do you start hammering the defense and goalkeeper situation, midfield, the strikers? You know,
the club, the staff, the owner.
Who's
how
at fault?
far does this reach?
Yeah, who's at fault? You know what I mean? Like, and this is why we want to get your reaction, your guys' reaction of it. Who do you blame? Who do you feel needs
legend?
Who do you feel needs the you know, not some the ass kicking? We'll put. You know what I mean? Obviously, at the end of the day, it's got to fall with the players. They're the ones who rock up. They go out to do a job. They don't deliver that job. They don't put in at all. The blame has to go to them somewhat. But are they not getting the right messages from the coaching staff? Is there tension between the coaching staff and the players? Like, what is it?
Oops, I just shared it in the same group. Sorry.
Oh, well, whatever. But yeah, like, what are your thoughts on it, mate? Well, where do we? Okay, so we've gone from City. We got beat 4-0. We then, you know, you try and process that. Obviously, we'll put it from, like, say, an Ernie Merritt perspective. You know, he's got to process that. He's then got to deliver in the week before the game, leading up against Perth, knowing that our record against Perth ain't crash hot. And then we walk out and we get demolished.
Socials.
We get demolished 6-2. Probably should have been at least 7-2.
Yeah, it should have been 7-2. I don't think the VAR made the right decision, and that's a first for this season. Yeah, because the VAR has been pretty well spot on, although controversial in places. Spot on in all their decisions. I don't think this one. I think they were let down this time. To be fair, and I said this to you on a number of occasions as well, that I don't think we played bad in the first 45 minutes by any means. We were competitive, but what hurt us in the long run is inexperience. The slight, and I mentioned to you as well, we made tactical changes going into that game. Not so much just the formation, but the system in which the players have been working all this season so far. Was completely different. The dynamic was completely different as well. It worked in points. But I think drawing more, it just looked after we went 3-1? And after we scored that second goal and went back, we're right in this game. Probably about the 60-minute mark, head just went down. And it was it. That's it. We're gonna get done here. Maybe it was the players making a statement. We don't know this information. We will probably never know this information. But, you know, and then it just begs the question. There's obviously problems somewhere. We don't know where. Again, it's our prerogative of fans to ask those questions. But yeah, it's also a fact that the club need to come out and state that yes, we have a problem, or no, we don't have a problem. Right, and there's many ways that can be addressed in a way that's not detrimental to either side. Big ups for Terrace Nova Castria. I did see a post on there saying that, you know, we've been through the Tinkler era. It was something along the lines of, we've been through the Tinkler era. We've been through all this, you know. Active support doesn't die because we had 2 losses. They're in here for the long haul. And that is a key proponent of, say it again, the M-word mentality that needs to be had. Okay, the team's not doing crash hot. It's our obligation as fans to, okay, maybe yes, we have the right to ask questions, but at the same point, don't walk away. You're there to support. You've pledged your allegiance. That is what it is. And even myself, from being an out-of-state fan and supporter, I pay my membership too, just like everybody else. And I'm not prepared to walk away. At not one point has my brain ever looked at the fact of, oh, this is crap, I'm walking away. I dare say you'd be in the same boat.
Yeah, look,
That's the worst thing we can do.
I've been there since day one. I've been through all the shit. I've been through the tinkle era. I've been through the friggin' highs, the lows, the good, the bad, whatever. Look, it's obviously something needs to happen. Something needs to change. And as I said, I don't know. I'm like every other fan out there. I'm only speculating. Is it the coach? Has Ernie Merrick finally ran his course? Is it? Has he got to the point where he physically can't do any more than what he's done already? He got us there, which obviously not many clubs have done. Sorry, not many coaches have done previously. Only the one. So for that you've got to thank him. But we seen what happened to him at the Knicks. Yeah. You know what I mean? He didn't finish out the season. He walked out. Yeah. I don't think it'll get to that point.
No, I don't think he's gonna walk.
Because at the point, who do you replace him with? We don't really even have an assistant coach, and that was his choice. Yeah. You know what I mean? Laurie and that stated it that do you want an assistant coach or whatever? No, don't worry about it. I'll do it myself. You know what I mean? So, we haven't even got that to fall back on. That's how bad we are at the moment. That's for my opinion. But things need to change. We've seen the comments, like some of the comments, fold the club. What the hell?
There's no need for shit like that.
Like, what the hell? Fold the club. Yeah, right. Let's fold the club and then friggin' pray that someone then friggin' takes it over to friggin' get us back into the league. No one wants to buy it now.
Yeah.
So what? You folding it, it's not going to change anything. The price ain't going to change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, they've been folded, so we'll drop it by $10 million. It doesn't work that way.
No, because at the end of the day, Martin Lee is a businessman. At the same point, he wants his $15 million for the club. He's not going to get that by folding it. He's going to get a hell of a lot less.
Yeah.
And even still, it's going to make it that even harder to sell it if they fold it, for the simple fact that nobody wants to buy a dead entity.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, look, obviously it's disappointing.
It is.
And
some of the comments that I've been reading, like, I refuse to weigh into those sort of comments. Yeah, okay, I read them. I have my own thoughts on them, but I'm not. It's just very quick to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Like, way too much.
We're like what, 10 rounds in?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, 12 rounds, something like. I can't keep up with the boys,
Yeah, it's what, 27.
So whatever, we're like 11 rounds in, but we've only played like 9 games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're still 2 behind. So that's the biggest thing. We're sitting bottom, but we've still got games in hand.
Yeah.
Brisbane next week is a must. You cannot...
That's going to be the game.
We cannot lose that game.
No.
You know what I mean? And I know that coming off 2 losses, obviously the morale's going to be down. Obviously, Ernie Merrick's going to be surely pulling his hair out going, what do I do now?
Yeah.
What do I do that I haven't done already or tried?
Yeah.
Who do I run? Who plays? Who plays out of a drubbing like that 6-2? Who deserves to play?
Wow, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's a difficult question.
Who?
And again, and he's in the position where he's paid to make those decisions.
I think I've seen earlier today or whatever, the whole man of the match scenario. I think Stevie UG got the vote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still don't think he done enough to deserve it. I don't think anyone deserved it. You know what I mean? Yeah. He scored. Whoop-de-doo. He hasn't scored in ages.
Yeah.
What? Because he scored a goal, so he gets man of the match? No.
No, that's not how
the
match works.
But at the same time, everyone, every true supporter knows what Stevie's like. If you don't see him doing his job and you think that he's playing shit and he's not doing enough, he's doing his job.
He's doing his job.
You know what I mean? Like, he's obviously doing his job well. He's distributing the balls when needed. He's getting back and tracking when needed. So...
he's been tasked with going a little bit further forward this season now too.
Yeah, so he probably did win man of the match. You know what I mean? Like, because he was the best of the worst. I hate to say that. But Dimmy was nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, and at the same time...
Dimmy's a very difficult conundrum in my mind. He likes to spearhead. We all know that when Dimmy gets into a frustrated position, which he did in that game, he takes the game on himself.
Yeah.
And tries to work. And I made a comment to you. And there was points in the second half where we held the ball in the attacking third quite a lot and was shuffling from one side of the box to the other. Multiple passes across, both sides. And you're sitting there, your words to me were, why are we doing that? My response was, they are waiting for that 30-second gap where Dimi Petrados is unmarked.
Yep.
So they can as quickly as possible get the ball to him because he is the most likely and in that position to be able to turn, get a quick strike off with it being on target and maybe hitting the back of the net.
Yeah.
You rest that burden on anybody else in that side. They're unable to, in my mind, especially with back to goal, unable to cope with the pressure of that situation. So everybody, aside from Dimi, was tasked with moving that ball side to side as much as you possibly can to stretch Perth's defence and midfield by that stage to get the ball to an open Dimi for 10 split seconds for him to turn and shoot.
Yeah.
And it was obvious.
Yeah, look, 100%. Thanks again to Anthony as well for sharing it on Facebook. I've just seen that.
Thanks to everybody for sharing it on Facebook.
Whoever is sharing it as well, that just popped up, so that's why I've seen it. But everyone else. But as I said, guys, no one's really in here yet. Jump in, have your say, talk about whatever.
Get in the chat. We want to hear from you.
That's it. Get in the chat. Let's talk about. As I said, we're on about Dimi at the moment. We'll talk about the youth system. Is the youth good enough? Is the quality of our youth good enough? I'm not talking about an A League because as an A League structure, no, it's not.
Oh, by no means.
But what we've got to work with, which isn't a lot, is that good enough? Or should we be looking at maybe rotating it? Let's bring in some new people. Let's bring in some new ones. Should we be trying more of the youth? Going, we can't get any worse.
Yeah.
And we've seen clubs do it in the past where they played some youth players, and
the prime example of that for the Jets was when we beat Sydney.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Ernie Merrick basically threw it out and just went, you know what?
Yep.
Let's try something different. And against a team like Sydney, who were expecting us to play our starting 11 in its set formation, we changed the formula up and we struck them really hard.
There's plenty of topics we can go on at the moment. Obviously, we've heard some good things. Obviously, Wes is looking like he's going to start running the 1st of Jan. So, that's a good sign.
Yep.
At the same time, though, he's probably still looking at maybe 4 to 5 weeks before he gets on the pitch.
Yeah.
By that time, season's over.
Yeah. Season's,
you know what I mean?
Season by then should be won and lost.
You know what I mean? We're either making finals by the time he comes back or we're not. Like, that's the way I see it.
Yeah, and let's be realistic. Do you see it?
Mate, I don't even see us coming close to the Forever 7th. I don't think Forever 7th is going to save our ass. I hope it does. I really do. I hope Ernie gets in there and the boys get in and dig deep and they pull something out and they find something to dig us out of this shit, because the club doesn't deserve another wooden spoon. Like, we've had enough. You know what I mean? Let's give it to somebody else. Brisbane, them have another one. They haven't had one for a while. Freaking, it's just it's disappointing. You know what I mean? Like, as I said, this is why this is why we've sort of opened it up. You know what I mean? Like, we're hoping you guys can come in, give us a topic. I don't care what it is. I don't care who it's about, whatever. Let's talk about it. You guys are happy to voice your opinion on Facebook and bold the club and friggin', Ernie out and this is a joke, friggin' la-di-da.
In saying that, I have seen a lot of people say, Ernie's done. That's all well and good, but could you possibly think of somebody past or present in the A League that you would much rather in that situation than Ernie Merrick? Any other manager?
If it's going to shit, I could name a lot of coaches that I'd like in there to friggin' see the axe fall on.
Well, there's the thing. You want a 2-3 times A League championship winning manager in there who's probably got more of a chance of being able to stem the flow of crap?
Yeah.
Than somebody with probably for as an example, a Robbie Fowler.
Yeah.
Who would you prefer? I mean, we're very quick to say lob him off.
Yeah.
But what?
Who do you bring
It's
in?
not even so much a who do you bring in. Would you rather Ernie Merrick in that situation that we're in right now, or do you prefer a relatively inexperienced in the A League sense, a Robbie Fowler in that situation who's probably throwing his hands in the air, going, I don't know what to
do. Let's be fair, friggin'. There's probably a lot of coaches at the moment in the league doing that. You know what I mean? Babel's struggling, and he doesn't. what do you want me to do?
That's an entire different issue.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not going into that one, this one. But you know what I mean, though. Like, he's struggling.
Yeah.
People have asked for his head 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But he's still there. He's still battling on, and obviously he's slowly grinding a path.
Yeah.
Which I think Ernie can do.
Yeah.
If Babel can do it, Ernie can with his experience.
And that's also the realistic nature of the business too. You know, you can't just snap your fingers and magically everything turns around. It takes time. Even to set yourself in a situation where Ernie mentioned it the other week, we have to go back to sort of basics, and we have to the lads have to grind out a win.
Yeah.
It's not attractive football, but again, football is a results-based business. Yep. It's not on how fancy you play. It's how many goals you score. You score more than the other person without conceding as many. That's it. You win games.
Yeah,
that's simple. We've got to grind out a win. It may not be pretty, but it has to happen, and it's not something that you can snap your fingers and it happens overnight.
Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight, but we're praying it does, because, as I said, like, we can't keep losing. We can't keep...
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? The biggest problem is, and there's obviously a lot of talk about, we've got no money. Obviously, everyone's seen, my previous podcasts and so forth. I've had Laurie on and so forth, and virtually, as he said, the club's at a point where we don't have money to go and spend. I think you brought up a good point the other day that we let like 6 go or something like that, but we only gained 3.
Yes, yeah. I think we let 6 or 8 go and only brought in 3. Then you see the other sort of places that we did cut costs that didn't necessarily, or people wouldn't necessarily have seen if they don't follow the other side, is we have no American internationals in the W League this year.
Yep.
In the squad.
Yep.
What's his name? Manager there. Deansy turned around and said in the media very early on, we're not looking to do that. We want to go with an all-Australian core. Now that's...
Is that his call?
Read between the lines.
Probably not.
Read between the lines.
Yeah.
He's fronting the media saying that he has to say that.
Yeah.
And he has to be justified in how he goes about saying that.
Yeah, correct.
But we can all read between the lines. It's not that he doesn't want them.
Yeah.
My God, he bloody wants them.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not in a financial position to be able to honour those contracts. In the same way, in the other cab off the rank that had to go there was Van Egmond as well.
Mm-hmm. Who would have been?
We couldn't afford to pay.
Who would have been on a decent wicket?
Yeah,
and that's it. I'm sure she wouldn't have wanted to go herself, but at the same time,
I know. She doesn't want to go.
When you're going to her, we're going to have to cut your wage.
Yeah,
and City come in and offer, if not what she was on, if not more.
City be offering more.
You're going to take it. You know what I mean? Like, it's no brainer.
City be offering more, and I know for a fact damn well that she doesn't want to go to City.
Yeah. We've cut the youth system, so obviously that's...
Well, to the extent of we're not forking out holers bowlers for it. We've gone into partnership with Under Sports.
Yeah, which is a good thing, I think. I think
it's a great idea.
I was only saying to you the other day, it's our Hunter sport of excellence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is where we should be breeding the next crop.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to look in Sydney or the AIS or whatever.
Or pinch from rival youth systems, i.e. a Lockie Jackson.
Yeah.
Or back in the day when we were pinching a hell of a lot from Western Sydney Wanderers.
Yeah.
Your Mario Shabows and your what was the other one? I couldn't remember his name. It's escaped me now. But anyway.
But yeah, you know what I mean? So obviously we've changed that, which is I think is a good thing. Out of all the money costs, I think that's a good one.
It's a smarter way of doing it. Whilst keeping it financially viable.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I got nothing to do with the finances of things. I don't know. I'm not an accountant by any means or anything. But I look at what's going on, and you don't have to be a friggin' PhD in bloody whatever to read between the lines.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well done.
Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure it all worked. We've got nothing in here, so
you can do that yourself,
Yeah, it's all right. I wasn't gonna. Yeah. What was I gonna say? So obviously that the U system sort of worked. Well, let's go topic, right? Let's go
Yeah.
We were only talking about the other day. Laurie came out at the start of the season, virtually said that they've canned the relationship per se with everything football.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to take on the merchandise themselves,
which
you can go and buy from the frigging club, whatever. What about the out of state people?
You spend a fortune on kits every year. Me.
We're all donning them now, so you know what I mean. Like, what about these guys? What's in it for us? What do we get out of it?
I worked it out. I spent $495 on Jets kits last season.
Yeah, and that's it. Now
I can't even get one.
Now I've got to go with.
Oh, it cost me an extra $200 more. That's a flight up and flight back.
Yeah.
In essence.
Or you find one of our friends up there, or my family members, whatever. Go in, then you got to go transfer the money.
But there are some people that aren't in the same situation that I have.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And for you, it's lucky. We still have that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's something that we need to find out. You know, I mean, can the Jets ring up? Can the fans ring up the Jets HQ and go, "I want a shirt"? Yeah, no worries. You can come in and buy it. Well, I'm out of town. I don't really know anybody in there. You know what I mean? I freaking was there for 3 years for work or whatever it is. I jumped on the bandwagon while I was there. I've now moved back home, but I still support you. How do I go about getting a shirt? Oh, are they going to? They post memberships out. Will they post it for you? We don't know.
I'd be fine coughing up for the postage myself.
Yeah, but we don't know because they never told it. I haven't seen it. I mean, if the Jets did post it somewhere that they would pay for postage, or you can get it posted.
Well, we can sort of ask this question right now.
But something as simple as that.
Can I get one from here?
Straight from Viva. Newcastle Jets apparel, 1920. Boom. Oh, there you go.
I can get it from Viva.
There you go.
So Viva obviously is dealing with the distribution. But you know what I see? Do you know what I don't see there?
His current.
I see an away kit.
The red top.
But I don't see this one.
Yeah, we have no sponsor.
This is obviously the ACL one because it's got the Newcastle one, but it's in essence the same bloody shirt aside from the Newcastle branding. It's in essence the exact same shirt. But I can get the women's one. I can get a youth one.
Yep.
But I can't get the Jets home kit.
Yeah, I think it's great. I love it with the Greater Bank on it. I reckon it's great because the Greater Bank's been part of the Newcastle community for years. Would have been better with Newcastle Perm, but it's good. It's better than seeing some of the crap you see on there. Inspiration Paint's another good one. We've got stores down here and shit as well in Melbourne, but it's good to see.
Yeah.
I just can't understand why, and if anyone out there knows why, per se, the deals have fallen through, whatever, who we may have been in talks with.
Well, I want to know. Call me sort of pedantic about it. They're junior shirts. Hang on. Can I get an adult one?
Ooh.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I can get the men's away kit. I can get the men's alternate kit. I can get an orange goalkeeper kit. Why am I able to get away kits but I can't get a home kit?
Yeah.
Considering that this is, in essence, the club colours.
Yep.
And what the club colours that everybody else in the A League knows us for.
Yep.
Why are we not able to stand around and represent that? We can do it with the away shirt. Don't get me wrong, the away shirt looks tidy.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
They made a smart decision in going from the ACL kits from last year and using them this year. It was a smart move.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100% agree with you there. But yeah, look, it's...
So we've sort of answered our own question there.
Yeah.
Well, 3/4 answered. I still can't get a home kit.
Yeah, for us it's good though, because Adelaide's not that fast, so the friggin' postage would be good. It'd be quick. 2-day turnaround.
Or you just ask Robbie to do it for you.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
Robbie, go get it for me.
But yeah, look, the biggest thing is, as I said, and I know I've done this at short notice and so forth, but as I said, the biggest thing is everyone is so quick on the trigger on Facebook to judge. You know what I mean? You blame such and such. Oh, friggin' Johnny K's useless. He's friggin' shit ass. He shouldn't be playing football. Shouldn't be doing this, la-di-da, whatever. Well, who do you play there? Who do you put in his position. If you're not going to play him,
talking left back.
We're getting there, but
yeah,
I'm saying, all right, you're not going to play him, right?
Mm.
So you virtually said that, right? You're not good enough, whatever. You're virtually on the scrap heap on the transfer window, out the door when the season ends.
Yeah.
So then obviously you've got to bring somebody in, and then who sits on the bench to fill that spot if he's shit house?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just irritates me. They're gonna have good games and they're gonna have shit ones.
Yeah. Not Johnny K's finest.
Johnny K rocking up, coming on at halftime, which I called.
You did.
I said he'll be on at halftime because friggin' Jackson.
Well, my response to you prior to that was, if Lockie Jackson's on for another 45 minutes, he will be sent off.
Yeah, I was only giving him.
He will be sent off.
I was only giving him 10 minutes. So first 10 minutes of the second half.
So I think that was more. Ernie managed to throw two lifelines.
Yeah.
One for Johnny K to go, get out there, mate, while the chips are down.
Yeah.
And also for Lockie Jackson going, I just saved your ass from a red card.
Yeah. That was the killer blow though. That was it. That's what lost us the game. First half, sweet as. You can see in the first 2 to 5 minutes or whatever it is.
To me,
80 minutes to go.
To me, after halftime, it looked like we went to 3 at the back.
It did. It did. Or at points, it definitely
did. And if we needed a fourth in the back, Cannon was the first one running to right back.
Yeah. And again, hits Canner's foot, friggin' sidesteps Moss, and Moss's left floundered. It wasn't his fault. You know what I mean? And that was the other thing.
It was comical.
Moss friggin' getting nailed. The free kick was his fault, and I'm guarantee you ask him, he'll put his hand up.
Yeah.
He's not going to sit there and go friggin', oh well, but I wasn't ready. Or
it's got nothing to do with that. It's the other side of the coin too, and I mentioned this to you too. It's Diego Castro. Everybody knows who Diego Castro is. Yeah. He's been in the league long enough. You know his quality from dead ball situations.
Yeah.
You should know and expect that a ball like that is coming.
Yeah. 100%.
So you, in essence, over prepare for that.
Yep.
But it was mentioned in the post game press conference as well that Ernie apparently had said prior to the game, do not give away dead ball opportunities outside our box. We will be punished for them.
Yeah.
And a team like Perth with their front four, even with Iconometers on the bench for it. Again, you sacrifice that at the edge of the box. Perth are too clinical. They'll nail that.
Yeah.
And I think that was another sort of part of the game where we sort of fell apart. When we did fall apart again in the second half, our quality dropped as well. But don't underestimate Perth as a side either.
No.
Their front four, they're a well-oiled machine. They are clinical players in the A League.
Yeah.
So it's, yes, okay, we did drop off. Yeah, okay, we did not have the greatest last 45 minutes. But it makes us look even worse when you have a quality front third like Perth's that were scoring goals for fun.
Yeah.
Had that game been against, say, the Mariners, I don't think the scoreline would have been blown out what it was against Perth.
No.
Because, again, the Mariners don't have that quality up front.
Yeah, correct.
We still play shit and we still look like shit.
Yeah.
But put Bobby Burns in for Johnny K.
Look,
thank you for your comment.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, thanks for jumping on and having your say, mate. Look, Bobby Burns, in my opinion, has to play.
Agreed.
He is a under 21s international. He's got Scottish Premier League experience. Okay, it's not frigging your Premier League and it's not your top 5 competitions in Europe, but
a step above the A League.
10 times, it's got a massive step above the A League. You know what I mean? So he has to play. I don't understand why, and I'm pretty sure the whole fan base don't understand why you would bring someone in of that caliber, where he's getting pulled away on international duty and hasn't played a minute of football.
Same parallel.
You know what I mean?
Like against Ivan Vojica.
Well, yeah, exactly right. But yeah, absolutely. You know, okay, right. I will. Sasha, is it? Like, okay, so we're gonna put Bobby in and we're gonna put Johnny K out. Are there any other changes you'd make? Is there anyone else on the bench that you think should be starting games?
And while we're getting into that, going back to how we did line up, okay, we lined up relatively. We tried something different.
Yep.
And indeed, bringing in Pat Langlois I don't think Paddy Langlois had a bad game.
No, he done all right. He
For a starting debut,
yeah,
I think Paddy Langlois, in my opinion, was one of the better players on the pitch for that 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's saying a lot of somebody, especially as young as Paddy, and being in a team of seasoned professionals like that, to come on against a quality team like Perth, and I'm sorry, I think he stood out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody thinks Bobby needs at least a few more minutes. He needs more. He needs to be playing 90 minutes consistently.
Yeah, he needs to be starting.
Should have been like that weeks ago.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously we're now in a situation where we're looking at, Boogs is on his way out. He's done. You know what I mean? Like he knows it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I've really ever seen Boogs miss games like this.
Well, again, he's injured again at the moment.
Yeah, but at the same time though, he
come back, managed to be able to sit on the bench and then got injured again.
He was on the bench for like 3 weeks and not getting game time, but then gets injured. So he's on his way out. We're then looking at filling positions with Hoffy in the back line. You're going to put Hoffy in the back line over someone like, again, as we're saying now, like your Bobby Burns.
Especially when Merrick has reconverted Hoffman back into a striker in a time when we are low on strikers again.
Correct. It just fathoms me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why.
This Johnny K situation with Bobby Burns and that sort of screams back to, I think it was last season, the Lockie Jackson experiment at left back.
Yeah.
And it took 8 rounds for Merrick to realise that, okay, this isn't going to work anymore.
Yep.
It sort of, to me, echoes the same sort of thing. Like, all right, give a kid a go.
Yep.
But I think it's all come to the point now, especially the fans are noticing it's not working.
Yeah. Well, any other topics you got, Sash? Like,
not good. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. What else is troubling you? Obviously, we've copped 10.
10 in 2 games.
10 in 2 games. So obviously the defense isn't crash hot at the moment. But is it solely the defense's fault? Who do you put the blame with? Is it the defense's problem? Is it a lack of midfield getting the ball through? You know what I mean? Like,
is this team capable of playing in a different style than what Ernie usually goes for? And this is the thing, Sasha, that they did play in a completely different style against Perth than what they did against City the weeks prior. Correct. We played a system from game 1 all the way up to that game against City.
Yep.
He changed the system dramatically for that game against Perth. Yep. It was noticeable for me in the first 3.5 minutes. Not so much the formation, but between the personnel and the way that the team played as a whole, you could tell that there was a shift in style or tactic to a more possession-based game for that against Perth than our standard situation. I wouldn't know a technical term for what Ernie's normal system is.
Yeah, it was a big difference. Obviously, we scored goals. You know, what I mean, that's obviously the biggest thing we can take out of the Perth game over the City game.
Yeah.
So
there were positives.
So to punish Perth, who again, my opinion, feel that they've got a much better squad than City do, especially in their back line.
Yeah, well, they play a back 3 and in defensive situations a back 5.
Back 5 when they come, down the wing backs. But so to put 2 past them and not 2 dodgy goals either. So
we worked for them. We
worked their ass off for them, but we worked our backside off for that, and then it just died. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't there.
The top half were doing the job, but the back not so much. Or again, you split it down the middle. The defense falling apart versus the class and clinical nature of Perth's front 3. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You can't just blame us as a defensive unit for that either. You have to look at Perth's class.
What's your opinion on Mossy's performance, Stash? Like, what? Okay, as we were saying before, he made the mistake, the first one, the mistake. I'm guarantee you don't up to it.
Oh, yeah.
You had the conversation with him or whatever, or we had him here right now, stuffed up.
Yeah.
Made a mistake, misread it, thought I had more time, whatever. But I don't think he had a bad game. You know what I mean? He's dominant. What are we got here?
So frustrating. We have been more solid defensively in the past, and it goes away when we score goals. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd agree with that.
100%. We scored the first one, and it looked like everyone just got on the defense, got on the attack, and we were exposed at the back.
Mossy is okay, I think.
Yeah,
look, I don't. To be fair, I blame sort of Mossy for that first goal, but I also sort of blame Kantarowski because I watched the replay back, and if he'd not ducked his head down on the edge of that wall, it would have hit him square. It would have falconed him square in the face, and it wouldn't have gone anywhere near a frigging goal.
It wouldn't have chipped his tooth if you had the thing ripped out. So we should.
No, that's Hoffy.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was the. Yeah, not amazing. But you got to think Mossy's old, man. Like Mossy's done. You know what I mean? Like he shouldn't.
Nico's ringing.
Anyway, live Nico Vanassi, mate. Seriously.
Answer it.
We're just going to answer this live. Yes, mate.
Oh, how you doing, mate?
Oh, mate, just in a live podcast. You're now on YouTube. Say hi to everybody.
Absolutely brilliant. How you doing, Josh, you lad?
Good, mate. Good. What's happening?
Oh, just living life up at Fortnight, Queensland, mate. A little bit too far away from ground, but still support the team.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So he's obviously in the same situation with the whole getting kits and shit like that. Obviously, we were talking a little bit before about not being able to, into the out of towners and so forth, not being able to get kits, from say everything football and so forth, where you could get it online and they'd ship it up to you. The Jets have canned that.
Oh, right.
So yeah, the Jets have canned that, obviously, and
they've sort of half sold it.
They've half, Viva. Yeah. You can go through Viva, I think, and pick it up that way. But obviously, yeah,
that's right, isn't it? Yeah, because they removed it, didn't they?
They did,
but they don't have the home kit up there.
No,
you can buy an away kit, but you can't buy a home kit.
No sponsor, so they don't want you buying it pretty well.
Yeah, what? Fair enough.
Absolutely, mate. Friggin' what? Come on, mate. Obviously, I've known you since day one pretty well, the Jets, mate. What's your take? What's your thoughts on the 10 goals in 2 games?
We hope they can hear.
Yeah.
Do you know what, mate? It's the same old bloody story, right? So, do you know what? We've actually got an actual decent squad.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people are literally getting a little bit too far-fetched on what's actually going on within the game.
Yep.
So the lads are actually working well together, but the thing is that you got to look at the defensive position, the lads inside the box.
Yep. And second, mate. Sash, if you can you just let us know if you can hear James in the background? Just yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, no, mate. Look, it's as I said, it's hard. You know what I mean? We've been told we haven't got money, so without the money, we can't go out and buy crash out fantastic superstars like your Castros and so forth. So that's going to make it a little bit hard. Obviously, we got hit with Wes copping the injury and so forth, which we're now obviously regretting.
Yes.
But Royo's knock as well.
Royo's obviously in dramas as well. But I'd love your take. Obviously, we're just talking about Bobby Burns, mate, not getting a start. International, under 21s international. Played in Scotland, top flight for I think it was Hearts. He was there as well. And not getting a game, mate. Like, do you think he should be playing?
To be honest, like Burnsy, he obviously 100% deserves to start. If you got potentially young players and like that have actually shown potential before, get them out of the field. Actually, the best thing about it, mate, is actual full potential. So if you get the lads in the field, you give them the opportunity to do the drills, they can do the job, get them out there. It's their time to prove the bloody job, mate. So if you can't get them out there to do it, then how are they going to prove anything? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%. It's amazing to think that he hasn't brought him on. You know, I mean, he hasn't started him. Like, okay, Johnny K's had a bit of a rough trot. Obviously, last on the weekend he wasn't crash shot either. First touch, pretty well. First touch, and obviously got this as the goal, but. Surely this is the time. We're playing Brisbane. It's a must win. We need to beat them, to obviously jump them so they can go down to the spoon. Surely he's got to play at least more than 15 minutes.
But the other thing is, mate, in the back, if you look at the back defenders, right, all you need to do is play basic football.
Yep.
Right. If you look at the positions of defenders in the last match against Perth Glory, they're not playing basic football.
Yeah.
If you actually they're literally sticking arms, legs out, everything like that. If you keep strong to your man, it won't be too much of a problem. But the thing is, these lads, I don't know what they're trying to do, or step out a little bit out of line of the position they're trying to do.
Yep.
But if they stick to the basic football skills like that, it's no problems aside, man. Like, they need to remember what they're doing inside the box, the distances between players, where the position in the box should be. And if they go out of line like that, and obviously different teams and all that, they're going to have obviously different speeds and stuff like that with the defenders. But the things are, you got to learn where you're playing against. Yeah. So if you see like these sort of stuff happening in the second half, this is where the lads have to adapt and overcome what their defenders, the attackers are. So they've got to learn about what they're doing inside the box, their speed, the endurance of the player, and actually analyse what they're actually going to react. After the second half of that time, they should actually see their movements, man. That's the thing. And they say that professional footballers, they do that every time they play football. And that's how you do it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Damon, mate, absolutely. What did we expect was going to happen to our season when our top signing was a 38-year-old? Look, honestly, he's 38 years of age, Wes, but he's so fit. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely, he's unbelievably fit. It's a shame no one really got to see what he's capable of. I did speak to Laurie at the start of the season about him, and this was meant to be his final year. He came here with all ambitions to finish this season and retire. Whether that happens, and he feels that he's got another season, half a season compared to what he's used to.
Yeah.
To prove, obviously, and sort of go, look, I didn't get to go out the way I wanted to. Obviously, I still feel like I can do the job. Hopefully, he signs again.
What happens in professional football, though, like you have lads come through and they want to actually do something to finish the career.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, lots of players leave their careers without on the high road as well. Then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. Like, and this is, Laurie. We sort of said, this was obviously we spoke to him when it had already happened, and we said, do you feel that he's going, can you possibly talk to him and, maybe change his mind? And, Laurie was at the time saying, look, we'll do whatever we can. But at the end of the day, it's up to him. It's his body. If he feels that he can go one more season, we'll have a look at him and we'll see. We might sign him.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, though, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next. He starts running on the 1st of January, from what I've been told. You got to imagine it'll probably be about a month from when he starts running to at least getting on the pitch. That's not starting. That's maybe coming on 10, 15 minutes. And by that time, season's almost done. You know what I mean?
The thing is, though, mate, you don't want to play with that. It's fair enough that obviously he made his impact and stuff like that. But with his experience and his age and stuff like that, you're not going to use someone like that as an impact player, are you?
No.
No.
100%.
You're
not at all. You're gonna put your effort into the young lads come through the youth divisions and stuff like that. They got potential. The lads come through and put an actual ball in the net. Like that, and that's the lads you got to literally use as impact players and have to smash the goals through like that.
Yeah. What have we got here? Do you guys reckon there is something else going on with Bobby that is causing Ernie not to play him? I.e. attitude, whatever. Look,
I don't.
From what I've been told, from Laurie, he's 100% fit. So he's ready to go. I can't imagine the attitude. He's 20. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he just wants to, at that age, like, I don't know.
Want to play.
When I was 20, I just wanted to play. There was no politics or, I couldn't care less. I just want to be on the pitch. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so.
I'm 30, I still want to bloody play.
I'd love to keep going.
Yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy the games up there, mate. No way.
Hopefully Darwin
What do we got here? Hey Garfield, mate, thanks for jumping on. One of our another Brit all the way from Derby.
Hey, Derby County.
Coco's Barmy Army.
Cocker,
good old Cocker, eh?
Feels like we're always just patching holes in the ship with our signings. All temporary fixes. It seems like we never sign enough players for a long run. Talking about experienced signings. Isn't that just the A League in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's straight up right there.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, there's been, I think, 1 or 2 players that have come out on more than a 3-year deal, but it's generally 2 years, that's it.
Yeah, 100%. Alex Evans, mate, how are we? It's time to go. Who are you talking about, mate? We're going to wrap up shortly if you're talking about us, but
Yeah.
Well, Lee's a rubbish anyway, so I don't know why he's getting back up
there. Shots fired, old Leeds. Yeah. I think they need another year down the championship.
Let's not talk about that.
Actually, Josh, I was going to bring up. I was talking to the Adelaide lads on Facebook, and they were saying about temperature with Australian players in different areas in Australia, and how they should determine the timing during the day about playing certain matches.
Righto. So
I think I saw something about the Red Army saying something about that.
Yeah, so that's who he's talking about.
Yeah,
so,
I think so.
Right, we'll open that up. Obviously, Alex, Sasha, who else we got? Damon, and so forth. So it was.
I think Damon's from Stream.
Anyway, so he, so we're just saying. Obviously, James was just saying in regards to the Red Army, they've brought out. Obviously, they had dramas last week against us. Obviously, the heat factor. I think it was roughly 38 degrees or something like that. Now we know. Obviously, someone pretty well in the Red Army, obviously, and that's pretty much where we saw it from as well. So they've virtually come out stating that they're going to boycott the next game that reaches a certain temperature. Did they say it was at a certain temperature? Larry?
I'm not too sure. I think it's like 39 degrees or something like that.
Yeah, so I think so it was like 38 degrees or something like that. But yeah. They reckon they're going to boycott a game or whatever that reaches an X amount of degrees.
Well, to be fair, I have said before that if it was going to be temperature like that, I wouldn't want to be sitting in Coopers out of all the stadiums because you've only got the one stand that's undercover.
Yep.
But the things are reading what's going on with their fan page and stuff like that, and I've got absolute respect for the Red Army anyway. Absolute great fans, and I've got a lot of mates down there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, right, so there's 2 different things that you got to look at, right? So you got the players on the field. Right, I've always said this. So part of their training to play in different continents, right, and countries. So, for example, you got people playing in bloody for Belgrade, right?
Yep.
And all that in the snow in the winter, right? Freezing cold. The lads are still in the field playing the match. You got lads in Cameroon playing in whatever temperature they're playing. All this, right? So you got international players from all areas across the world. And the biggest thing you have to look at is acclimatization training.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? So you've got guys in all aspects of sport within Australia. Depends where you play in Australia, you have to acclimatize to the area that as what you're playing in.
Yep.
Which is fair enough, right? They're very fit lads. And I will never take that away from them. They're very fit lads, and that's the training that they need to do to actually perform to their best performance.
Yep.
But I totally agree with the Red Army as well. It is bloody hot for the lads down there, as it's supporter wise. If you've been, Josh, you've been down there, and also the lads been down there.
Yeah.
It's an open stadium where the heat and everything like being a supporter, it's ridiculous in that heat.
Yeah, they've only got that one stand that's in the
ridiculous.
shade.
Yeah, look, and
that's right. So I feel from that. But the thing is, they're talking about performance of the guys on the field.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they get regular drinks breaks, as we've seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. If you played in anywhere around Australia, from Perth to Darwin to far north Queensland, anything like that, it all is adaptable to the environment that you play in.
Yeah.
And these guys are fit. They know the environment that they're going to play in, which is fair enough, and they're very fit as well. But the thing is that you can't complain about that sort of stuff. But if you've got supporters that can't deal with the weather as well, and that's where the club, and I totally agree with them, that's where the club's got to realise for the supporter base or side, they've got to actually adapt and all that sort of stuff for the environment that the supporters can actually sit and watch the bloody match.
Yeah, look, it's as I said, we've all been there. For me, I've never been to what's the new one there at friggin' Western United now? The fucking
GMHBA.
The one in Western Sydney Wanderers.
Bank
Sydney,
West.
Bank West.
Oh, yeah.
So they reckon that's pretty much one of the best grounds to watch football on. For me, Adelaide is probably the best place to watch football. It's the best place I've watched football. It's an amazing pitch. Great atmosphere, great. I said, as long as it doesn't rain and it's not 40-degree heat, you're laughing.
Exactly.
Well, the rain's not going to worry us. But what do we got here, mate? We've got Alex. Alex has come in saying, "Who's that muppet on the phone?" I'll let you sort him out later. He's also said,
I'll ring him later.
Yeah, you're in trouble now, Alex.
He's I.
So he reckons Ernie's the one that's got to go.
So he reckons Ernie's the one who's got to go. He reckons Ernie's up. But he said that I'd boycott it as well. Stupid playing in the heat. He also said the German league don't play now until the 20th of January because of all the snow. Why doesn't the A League do this due to the heat?
Very easy answer to that.
But that's not. Yeah. But he's talking about just.
I've got the easy answer. To that.
Yeah, got easy answer. Go on.
The AFL and the NRL won't let them.
Yeah. But at the same time,
and that's why we play in the summer.
I think the other easy.
Yeah, spot on, mate. Yeah, no, you're on that.
He is, yeah. And I think the other one as well is that you look at it, in Germany, it's guaranteed snow. In Australia, it's hot today, but it's hot. It was hot the other day, but the next day it could have been 22. You know what I mean? Like you can't just we're going to give up a month or 2 months.
No, it's the fact that we have to play a winter sport in the middle of summer because we are not the biggest code in this country,
100%.
And the AFL and the NRL dictate because they are the bigger codes.
Correct. That is
That is the only reason we play the A League when it is.
Yeah.
But you have to remember international as well. Though. You've got lads who play international as well.
Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah, look, I'm sure.
So lots of lads who come out and play for us or play international as well for their own countries as well as Australia and once go overseas. How many weeks do you reckon they have to acclimatise to a situation overseas? How many do you reckon?
Your weeks, friggin'.
They get a bigger preseason.
They get a bigger preseason, so that helps depending on when they come in, when they sign.
So acclimatisation for high impact sport and exercise, you're looking about 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay.
Like that. Yep. And that is training at midday in the highest temperatures like that. So you're not training in the morning, not the afternoon. You're training midday, highest temperatures, and that's how you acclimatise.
Yep.
And the lads here, if you look at the training schedule and stuff like that, they'll be training during those period of times because that's how you're trained for the environment you're going to train in.
100%. Yeah. Totally agree.
And I've obviously, as you know, I know how to do the training for it.
Yeah. No, look, and as I said, it makes sense. At the end of the day, you deal with what you've got. You know what I mean? Like, people aren't going to complain because it's drizzling. When has someone complained about it raining? Mate, I'm all for the rain. Mate, I want to play in the rain. Like, if it's raining, I'm cheering. I'm like, hell yeah, let's get into it. Slipping around. Friggin', the ball's kicking the ball 40 metres and it's stopping dead.
In Sunday League football, Pub League.
Yeah, the good old days. But yeah, look, Alex has said here, what have we said, mate? Okay, well, all games should be played after 6 p.m.
Again, your issue with that is your TV rights holders dictate what time the game starts.
Correct.
Exactly right. So that's what you got to get perspective of.
Yeah.
How do you get people to the game and all that late start?
And it's more the A League.
7 p.m. Then you're going to ditch all the families. Yeah. How many kids do you reckon go to sleep after bloody 10:30 at night?
And they've said that on numerous occasions.
It's more the fact as well that the FFA don't want to rock the boat with the TV rights holders because we're in that precarious position now where we need them more than ever.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why at the start of this season, at the drop of the hat, they changed all game times from what they used to be, 10 to 8 to like 7:30, and it used to be 5:35. They moved into like 5 o'clock or something.
Yeah. Well, that was why they moved.
But to be honest, hats off to the Red Arm. Hats off to the Red Arm for bringing this up though, because it's actually a really interesting
Yeah, I spotted it. I spotted it earlier today, but I didn't get 5 minutes to go through it all.
Yeah. You know what? Like,
I was trying to have a few conversations with a few of them, and then obviously they didn't understand what I was trying to portray to them and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say.
I was trying to be a realist on their side, but I don't think they actually acknowledged what I was trying to say and stuff like that. But now, good on them for throwing it back at me. I do respect that. So.
Yeah. I was having a look at a few of the comments. They were pretty good.
The problem is in Australia they don't let the kids play in the rain.
The problem in Australia is they don't let the kids play in the rain.
I played in,
but they let them play
rain.
On a pitch which hasn't been watered for 1 to 2 months. Is a kid going to hurt themselves more falling on a rock hard pitch or a wet grass puddle?
Here's the thing. Yeah. I did exactly that when I was a junior up here at Currajang.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is with that. Yes, 20 years ago. Well, I'm 30, so 15 years, 25 years ago.
Pick yourself up off you go,
mate. Yeah, that was it. It was pissing down rain.
You played rain, hail, or shine.
100%. Nowadays, it's look, it's very friggin' cover them up with band-aids and bubble wrap.
He's thinking about falling on a rock. My mum used to turn around and tell me.
I used to play the snow in the place in the UK. It used to feel like bloody racer players that cut your bloody ankles and all that, and you wear your arms and stuff.
You gotta remember, friggin' ladies from the tune, they used to friggin' probably knock off friggin' hubcaps and friggin' wheels and friggin' side mirrors and kick them down the street.
Mate, we're in Melbourne, it's no different here.
To rip off Long Benton, man.
But yeah, the falling on the rock thing, my mum used to turn around and say, well, that's why you wore shin pads.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Well, you don't say that. I used to play with Josh, I used to wear bloody, was it cardboard boxes?
Yeah, cardboard boxes.
Mate, playing with Josh, I used to have to wrap myself with bubble wrap.
What? I hit hard, mate. I hit hard. I've learned from some freaking good, solid blokes, mate. Don't
Luke Sports Gaming, KFC, agreed.
Was that what he said here? Luke Sports Gaming, agreed. Yeah, look, mate. It's an interesting thought. What's your thoughts on the money scenario, Laddie? Obviously, I've been trying to get you on here for ages now, friggin'. So we'll have to do it properly.
I know.
But
well, actually,
yeah.
No. Well, I was going to say, mate, it's not about the money. Do you know what it is? It's about youth development. And I've said this from day one: is youth development. We have got some absolute class players in Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, absolute class players, youth lads, everything like that, can develop like that. But what we need to do is actually organise an actual decent package for the lads, training schedules and stuff like that.
Yep.
Develop them to get them into the team.
Yeah.
So if you see, obviously, look at the teams in Newcastle, and we've all played there before like that, and obviously I've played with a few lads who play for the Jets now.
Yep.
But the thing is, the lads now have got some exceptional skills, and that's where we've got to look at our youth development in our local area and actually get them into our community and actually into our bloody teammates.
Yeah.
Get them in there.
Yeah. And
get them have a bloody run.
Yeah, see, I've always, because they were talking about the obviously everyone's spoken about we need a second division, etc., etc. I believe we do need a second division, but the second division needs to be an under 23s. You know what I mean? It needs to be that youth, or maybe even younger than that. Maybe
under. Was it the second division side, or?
Yeah, so there's second divisions. So everyone's sort of like, we need a second division, and we'll just put, your MPL sides in it. But not all MPL sides have the money to do so. So the A League clubs are gonna have to do it, because they've got the money. The majority of the clubs do.
Is this the reason why? Is this not the reason why we have a Y League?
Yeah, but the problem with that Y League is that, take the Jets for example. They now play in the Sydney division.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they're playing like 8 weeks or 10 weeks or whatever it is in this youth league shit.
Yeah.
And then they go back to the MPL.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
They've got to play in Sydney. And don't get me wrong, I'd rather the Jets side play, nothing against the Newcastle MPL, but Sydney, it's a different level.
It's a stronger competition.
You know what I mean?
That's right. Well, I don't understand why there should be. Well, actually, there should be a league below that can actually have the opportunity to come up and get the funding for it.
Yeah.
So you've got your sus. I'm a big fan of Sydney United. Big fan. And also your Bulldog Wolves and everything like that. All the lads down there.
Yep.
If they have the opportunity, they put the bloody yards in and they actually put their leg out and they can achieve what they want to do, give them the funding. If they want to come out and have good old battle with the big boys up there, as they say, in the A League, let them have it. Let them come up, give them the funding. If they get that all through the positions, all the way up to position entitlement, let them come up, give them the funding, get them in the A League.
Absolutely. Alex,
there's plenty across Australia to throw their hat into the ring when it comes to something like that. South Melbourne's another one.
Mate. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
South Melbourne, Marconi.
FFA Cup.
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect opportunity.
Yep. Alex has said, as a coach, the youth football over here is quality. I'm not going to disagree with you. I think the quality in at that age group between the 16s and say 22-year-olds is brilliant. It is really good.
Yeah.
The problem with it,
spot on, mate.
The problem with it is the competitions. The competition isn't. I think could be set up better. You know what I mean?
Was it for the individuals, or was it the connections for the individuals getting to the club?
Bit of both.
That's why you got to ask the question.
Yeah, look, a bit of column A, bit of column B.
He's talking 13s to 16s.
Alex is talking 13s to 16s. Well, if you're talking that low, 100%. You know what I mean? Like 100% probably, and that's why, to me, that's the youth league. Well, Loudy knows. Obviously, we had the FYL. You know what I mean? Like I made that squad friggin' when I was 13 or whatever it was.
I represented Victoria. I represented Victoria at that age.
Newcastle,
and I'm no good footballer.
Newcastle, Port Stephens, friggin' Macquarie rep. All that shit, it's all gone.
But that's me being British.
And at that age, it was where you wanted to be and where you needed to be if you wanted a pathway into the old NSL or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go that far into it, but what have we got here? Personally think 16, 18s need work, but that's me being British.
Yeah. I'm not going to weigh into that.
Yeah, I'm not going to get him.
Actually, when you say this, I've got a very good mate who lives over in America, and I won't say his name over this.
Yeah.
But he actually works for the lads in Australia and gets some contracts with the lads in America with the
MLS
universities and all that sort of stuff as well.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Right, and the lads have done so well. He's contracted lads from New South Wales, South Australia, Queensland, grabbed them for opportunity to go over to study with university over there, and to do the job over there, and they are absolutely thriving, mate.
Yep.
They are absolutely smashing it over there because they're given the opportunity at that age to actually study as well, but also get contract at the same time with these universities. As I've had my good mates, Sean Hudson, like that, played for North Carolina from Newcastle upon Tyne. He went really well with them and stuff like that. It was remarkable, and that's where we've got to look at this country and actually sponsor people to go through as well.
The prime example of that one for me is Harrison Delbridge. Did the same thing. Went over to the US early. Got a contract playing scholarship football at college.
Yep.
Did that there. Was in the league that they've got under the MLS, and then came back here to City.
Yeah. What do you got, Luke? Yeah. 8-week season's not long enough. Yeah. 100%.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, totally agree.
But again, obviously, as we were just saying before, 8-week season in the whatever you want to call it, the youth,
the Y
League or whatever it is.
Then back in their respective NPL divisions.
I think they may as well. They should just can that per se and run the NPL longer if need be. You know what I mean? I don't know how you work that out. It's not for me to friggin' go into and say what should be done to it. But the second division needs to happen. I think the second division needs to happen with the youth. So I know that's going to be hard because everyone's like, we need relegation and so forth. Whether that's, I don't really know how that would work. That's why I'm more thinking the A League. It needs to happen with the A League.
Yeah.
Where you put that youth system in, that gives a lot more youth players an opportunity, which is what we need. We need to give these guys more than 8 weeks playing time, or set them back at an NPL standard, like a local NPL standard, so the Newcastle NPL, the Melbourne, Adelaide, whatever. And it's based off the A League. So the Jets have got a youth, and it's all under 20s or 23s or whatever. And the bottom team that gets relegated, well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Alex
It's
reckons
hard.
the second division will never happen. We have a buy in our main competition.
The things that we're seeing now, that lots of lads, local talent in Newcastle, are getting recruited by teams down in Adelaide, Sydney, and everything like that.
Yeah,
so
look,
these players are absolutely top fashion lads.
Yeah,
like they know their football and they're absolutely brilliant. And I won't mention their names because I don't bring obviously not mention them and all that. But they are absolutely brilliant footballers, and they're getting recruited for other teams.
Yeah,
but you know, the whole reason is that, and I've seen it many times through my football career, is that the connections they have with the clubs. So if they don't have the connection, somehow they won't get pushed through to do the job up here.
Yep. Yeah. No. 100%.
It happens.
Yep. Alex has gone. The second division will never happen. We have a bye in our main competition, for Christ's sake. Yeah. Look, the bye will obviously be gone next year. And I'm not saying that we need a second division. Yes, I'm not saying that it's going to happen in the next 5 years. Christ knows when it'll happen.
It's a long way off.
I honestly don't think it'll happen until the salary cap increases or we get rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever get rid of it. I don't want the salary cap to get to be demolished, because I think it holds. It does need to be lifted. It holds a balance over the team so that we don't see Uniteds and like the Premier Leagues and stuff like that. These dominant sides every year.
We're doing any Chelseas or Man Cities coming through. Well, we'll say that, but then we'll see Man City equivalent come through anyway the A League anyway.
Well,
yeah, and by also doing that and abolishing the cap, it not only benefits those teams, like your Victories in that are consistent performers, but it also hinders teams, unfortunately, like us and the Coast, where there is that option there to go and spend big, not capitalise on it, and then fall away, and in essence fold.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go, man.
The thing is, we don't want to end up like is the Scottish League.
Yeah.
It's a 2-horse race.
We don't want to end up like the Scottish League, as we've seen before.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you have to see how the football's going to roll in the country and stuff like that, and adapt stuff like that. If the competition's not working, and all that, and all that sort of stuff, then you have to adapt, and it's fair enough. That's what you have to do.
I think something like, what is it at the moment? It's 1.5 or something like that. I think at the moment.
What, the cap?
The cap.
No, it's higher than that.
Higher than that.
It's over 2.
Over 2. I think 5. I think 5's a solid number. I think 5's plenty. At this point, it'll just we won't be getting your 38-year-old. We won't have to.
Yeah.
Just look at 38-year-old blokes who are still fit enough to play, but we can sort of go down a little bit, you know what I mean? The 35s.
The only reason I think that the cap stays in place as the way that it is now is because the FFA is scared that if they increase that cap, that teams are going to be some teams will outspend their means and not be financially sustainable.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why. It's not like everybody, like we're all, like I want to see the cap raised as well. But at the same point, by raising that cap, there is that chance that teams will not financially become viable and will end up losing more teams than what we're getting back. That's a very good question, Alex.
100%, Alex. And I've said
I ask myself that question every day.
Every year it comes into it. I'm like, no, we're still going back. Alex has virtually come out, mate, and he's gone. Can we honestly say the Hyundai A League has improved since when it was founded in 2005? It's gone backwards. More teams have folded than we have founded. That speaks volumes. 100%. The competition has gone backwards.
It has, yeah. And Joe, the thing is as well, that is it the FFA trying to get control of these clubs?
Yeah.
Honestly, like if you look at all the clubs and stuff like that, is it actually a strategic sort of thing that the FFA are trying to organise something with themselves? I'm not bloody conspiracy theorist or anything like that. But if you look at the clubs that have been involved within the FFA, do you think it's actually aspect to do with that?
Yeah. Look, the biggest thing is like there's no drive to go forward. Like it's a hard word to say. Like there's no real holy shit that's an improvement. You know what I mean? We were only saying it the other day. We're having a couple of beers the other day, and we're sitting there going, you look at your Melbourne Victories, and Melbourne Victories probably a really good one to go with, right? They're at about 20-odd thousand members. Right?
Yeah, well, we've got alliance with Victory anyway. Like they've always been like a sister club to us anyway. With all the lads down there.
But you put it into this way, mate.
Hoarder and stuff like that.
Yeah. But the biggest thing we were saying was, right, so they're roughly at about 20,000 members. That hasn't increased since 2005. It's not like they've jumped. It always sits at that 20,000 membership. Rough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no spike or friggin' major decline.
Yeah.
Even though their performance waivers...
they're consistent to within about 7% or something.
But they're not doing...
No, but do you know what it is? It is the simplest thing in the world. Do you know what it is?
Yep.
Quality of bloody football.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Right? You're not going to get the fans to go watch a match if the quality of football isn't there. So, and that's what's been happening to the Jets as well, though, right? And it's happened for years and years. We're trying to bring these marquee players in, and we've always said, they're going to bring the goods and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, they're going to perform, but have they really performed?
Yeah,
haven't happened.
No,
so
100%.
How do you expect to see? You don't go see a performance like that, and if you go there and see a performance that's absolute rubbish.
Yep.
Why would you bother paying the money to go and see it ever again? You wouldn't, would you?
No, 100%. We were literally, honestly, mate, we were only talking to your brother about this, 2 days ago?
Whilst playing COD, yes.
Whilst playing COD, and we're like, he goes, it's at the point now where we're talking about the league, friggin' it's gone backwards and shit. He would rather go down and watch Sydney United play.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, my brother and I are big Sydney United fans.
Yeah.
And we've obviously been down there many times over and over again, watched the team down there, because the quality of football down there is absolutely remarkable. The fans, the SUS fans, and I see myself and my brothers, obviously you've got to have two teams and all that, as in local division teams.
Yeah.
And my brother and I are obviously SUS fans as well. And the things that we watch the club and all that because it's actual genuine football.
Yeah.
You go there, the lads are out the field putting their bloody hands and arses on the ground to get the bloody team through like that, and what they achieved, absolutely amazing results.
Yeah,
and their fans are amazing as well. Hands down.
It's no different.
Yeah, but we're very much the same. We've gone and seen the Knights play. We've gone and seen Heidelberg United. We've seen Bentley Greens. We've seen Green Gully.
We're in good ties with the Avondale
as well,
presidency and shit like that. So we picked
Shepard,
picked Shepard up from there and everything else. It's just I find it a much more interesting game to watch. I'm pretty sure if you went and
it's proper football.
James knows,
football.
We used to go watch South Cardiff play, and we used to go watch all the friggin' and it was the atmosphere. You'd sit there.
Josh, we used to have like 80 blokes at South Cardiff matches with all the lads and all that.
Mate, you just roll up, friggin' 20 blokes sitting on a car, friggin' scarves and shit everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
$5
your local club.
$5 tins and friggin' no queue to the pisser and friggin' no one queuing up for hot chips and shit cheap. It's just, you know what I mean? It was good football, and it's quality football. Yeah, it's not fantastic.
Whereas the A League is highly commercialised.
You can't expect it to be quality football. I mean, it is what it is. But when you're watching the A League, and when your competition, your national competition, the A League, you expect quality.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? These guys are getting paid big dollars. As whereas the MPL players and shit, they're working 5-6 days a week. They're gonna ask their bosses. Yeah. FFA Cup.
They're gonna take leave from their job to go and fly interstate to play bloody Darwin. What are they? Darwin Shamrock Road.
No, Shamrock Road. University, mate. That's my team. Mate.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
But that's it. They gotta ask for time off. You know what I mean? It's
money out of their families' mouths.
And that's it. And then that's it. They're not getting paid shitloads of money to friggin' do it.
Going back to
this is the whole thing, lads. This is when we're talking about two different leagues.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is their opportunity to make the point and get up there.
Yep.
And if they can get up there, this is when the FFA go, right, lads, you make the bloody deal, you punch through all the ranks there, right, here's your dosh.
Yep.
Here you go, mate. Enjoy the big league. And that's how it should work.
Yep. No, 100%.
See, I've always believed that these lads should be in the league anyway. Well, they're compared to other teams within the A League anyway. But the thing is that if they can actually achieve it, make 2 divisions, mate, perfect.
Yeah.
Give them the opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, going back to Alex's question of whether the A League has improved since it was founded, my take on that personally is I don't think the league itself has improved. The clubs have improved, but the clubs have also fallen back.
Yeah.
It's a swings and roundabout. Yeah, okay, some clubs have improved and managed to keep those heights, but very rarely. Whereas a lot of the teams have had the effect of, yes, they've gotten there, whether it be for a season, 2, 3, 5, whatever, but they've fallen away. Like your Mariners, consistent in the early days of of the A League, but now basement carriers. Jets to a certain extent as well. Western Sydney Wanderers fell off after they won the ACL for a season or 2. It's not the entire league as an entity as the A League. I think that's more down to the individual club.
Joey, you have to look at it, right? So obviously in the wider picture of things, as in the international aspect of things throughout the world.
Yeah.
So you have to look at the MSL, right? So you got to have a look at their league and who they've been signing because they've got money.
Yeah.
Right, and this is all comes through youth development as well and everything like that, and the money put into sport in Australia.
Yep.
And honestly, me moving to Australia, I thought it was absolutely remarkable the amount of money that Australian government puts into sport-funded organisations within the community. In the UK, you never see that. You rock up on a Sunday afternoon, you pay £1.
Yeah.
So you get £1 out, give it to the referee, you play your match.
Yep.
Like that. That's the sort of thing like that. There's not much development in certain areas in the UK. When I came here, they went, what do you want to play? Cricket? Do you want to play rugby? Do you want to play rugby league? And all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? The money is there for development. But the thing is, they've got to push it further to the high aspect of it. Because what's the point for a young lad called Jack who's playing football through high school and he does really well, represents the school, pushes further with no aspect to get good money within the league that he can achieve?
Yeah.
He's not going to do it. He's going to go down the local pub, smash a few pints and go, do you know what? Now I'm going to stick with my electrical trade. That's what he's going to do because that's the money in there for him.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And the sad part about that is that this is going to end up forcing the Australian government to fix that problem. Now that it's come out recently that football, as in soccer, is the #1 youth played sport in this country now.
It is.
After overtaking NRL and AFL, the government are going to have to be forced to do something about the funding for that sooner or later.
Yeah.
Well, people have to realise that this is the most multinational area in the world, as in immigration and stuff like that. So you've got people from everywhere in the world coming here and residing here.
Yep.
So obviously, football is a worldwide sport.
Yep.
And if they literally not only that, but obviously like guys want to play football and girls, both genders want to play sport.
Yep.
It's an escape for them. It's everything like that. It's a life for them.
Yeah.
It keeps lads off the street. It's everything like that. So if they're not going to get in trouble and stuff like that, they start getting intrigued with their local football club.
Yep.
They don't get in trouble because they're part of something that they belong in.
Yep.
And this is whole pressure about education and stuff like that with this physical development.
Yep.
So the government's got to look at it and go, how much effort can we put in these guys and actually portray a future for them in Australian sport?
Yeah. Yeah. No, look, 100%. It's good to see, obviously, the government backing the world game. You know what I mean? I think for a long time in Australia, obviously, it was, swept under the rug, sort of. Yeah, it was,
But they're making strides in that, looking at the Women's World Cup.
Yeah, look, it's going to be great for the country. You know what I mean? I hope we get it. But not even looking to that extent. Looking just at facilities at local clubs. You know what I mean? Like, friggin', as I said, we've all played at local clubs. Laddie will tell you. All of us will go. I guarantee you, like, and this is for everyone, obviously, Alex and all the guys, if you were to walk into your local club that you probably may or may not have been to for a while, like, I'm down in Melbourne, so I don't really get to those clubs and that. Everything's changed. You've got better seating. You might have a grandstand in there now. The canteens, not in the freaking dressing rooms and that aren't a freaking demantable, toilet block or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's even all the developments. So I went to high school at Van Egmont.
Yeah.
Right? And I accidentally kicked a football straight against the head. Well, anyway,
accidentally.
That's how I actually met her. Yeah, accidentally. but and then she went, "Yeah, right, laddie, I just play for Australia anyway, so stuff you."
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But I just seen the achievements like that. So one was a bit high. Like we saw Van Egmont, obviously the Dean Marinis and all that.
Yeah.
Guys went from my high school as well, and I was very good friends with them.
Yep.
And stuff. And the development that they pushed forward for our clubs in our local area, remarkable, absolutely remarkable.
Oh.
And I always hold it down for them that they've done so well. But the thing is, the opportunity there for them to stay here was not there.
Yeah.
So JP wasn't going to stay around because he wasn't going to be here. That's where obviously Mark County and all that came through and all that sort of stuff in Sydney FC.
Yeah, right. So we're going to start wrapping it up. Obviously, Alex has asked 2 questions, which we'll get through, and then we're going to wrap it up. But before I do say that, mate, I do thank
Eric
you.
Eric should stay.
Eric should. I do. Well, I will get you off air in that. I wouldn't mind chatting to you and getting you on properly. Maybe Alex as well. I know that I've seen a lot of your stuff where you do after the games and stuff like that, which is great to see.
It's actually really good, eh?
Yeah, which is good to see. So yeah, wouldn't mind getting you on, mate. And we'll sit down and we'll talk this shit. We've gone virtually straight off the Jets per se a little bit, but it's good. You know what I mean? As I said, we'll try and talk as much football as we possibly can. But the 2 I've got here is obviously
I can answer the last one.
Interesting to hear your starting 11 for Saturday. We'll end it with that. So we'll go through. Alex, post yours up, mate. Post your 11 that you reckon's going to start.
I'll ask you this. How many advertisements do you see on the TV that promote the A League? How many do you see promote the cricket or the NRL? I can answer this one. At the start of the A League season, a fair bit, a little bit, but it's sort of fallen away from that, that comic strip thing that they did, which I thought looked really cool. But yeah, how often do I see them promote cricket or NRL? A lot, because Adam Peacock does it every fucking Saturday.
Yes.
In the middle of the A League fucking show.
Yeah.
That shits me. That shits me. If I wanted to watch the cricket, I'd know when it's on and I'd go and watch the fucking cricket.
Love it.
Yeah, look, 100%. And Alex is right. As we were talking about the NPL side of things, though, you not so much, and even down here, I don't really see it in Melbourne.
You don't see the NRL publicised. The NRL, the NPL publicised here
in Newcastle. Every week on the news, they've got their own segment now, friggin' where they go through the results and goals and crap like that. Even the women's.
You're lucky to see A League highlights here on the news.
But they publicise that more for the NPL than they do the local NRL and.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, Alex. I do like Adam Peacock, but unfortunately, he's put in a situation that he can't get out of, so he has to do it. I understand that side of it.
But yeah, look, we're going to wrap it up, mate. We're going to do the, obviously, 11.
We've got to take our kids out to see Christmas lights.
So you got to do the Christmas lights thing, yeah. Friggin' fun times. We'll start from the back, guys. Obviously, Mossy will retain his spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. We all agree on that, I think. Alex and everyone else in the chat, just a Y or something if you agree. So yeah, Mossy ain't going anywhere. He made a couple of little mistakes, but he's not going anywhere.
Well, don't have a choice, really.
We don't really. I was going to say Italiano, yeah.
Nah.
He can't even get a game in the friggin' the youth league.
Yes, he can. He did the other day.
He didn't last week.
He can.
He didn't yesterday though.
Not yesterday, but he did the game before. So did Kano.
They felt sorry for him. What was I going to say? What
back line, Matty Miller on the right, Bobby Burns on the left, middle 2. What other choice do you have but Topper and Jackson? We don't have anybody else.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
The problem is, but the problem in the back of that, as I said before, mate, all they do is do bloody simple football.
Yeah. Burns
simple football. Stick to your man. Don't let him run through. And don't throw bloody dodgy legs out because you're being too lazy sticking to a man.
Okay.
Simple as fuck.
I have a controversial change then with that in mind.
Yeah, I was waiting for this.
Drop Miller.
Yeah.
And put Johnny K in. Only because Miller is too attacking minded. If you want to go back to basic fullback football, and he does not fit that mold.
You said that, eh?
And Johnny K is better out in the right.
Do you know what? I said this last week as well, and I'm glad you brought it up, mate. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah. And Johnny needs to be on the right. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's got
he needs to play on the right.
Play on the right.
Where he is. You know what I mean? So yeah, and obviously I think everyone's in agreement with Burns. Look, he has to play.
That's out, and Luke makes a very good point there too. If we need to, we can push Muller further forward.
Miller foot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what have we got here? Alex has gone Hoffy, Topper, Jackson, Langlois.
Again, don't think. Oh, see.
No.
Yeah, no. I don't like Burns. Apologies.
I don't like
no,
Burns.
That's fine.
Hey, everyone's
that's
entitled.
Fine. Look, don't get me wrong. I think Paddy Langlois played a fucking fantastic game against Perth. It was a standout for me in that game.
It's a shame.
He took his opportunity by the horns and did the best out of a bad situation with it.
Yeah, but it's a shame that someone like that getting his first cap was one of the outstanding players.
Yeah.
So, Darwin's had enough. Or Cairns, or wherever the hell you are at the moment. Cairns. Oh, he's dropped. I'm sure he'll come back. What have we got? Matt Miller, JK need to go. I don't think Miller needs to go. As Ben said, he's much more of an attacking minded play than he is a defensive.
Yeah, I'd be more inclined to play Matty Miller as a right midfielder.
Yep.
Give Langlois a chance out wide. See, I don't think Langlois played bad in the middle, to be fair.
Oh, there he dropped.
He'll be back. But yeah, and there's also that thing, Alex, as well. If you drop Matt Miller and Johnny Katrumbis saying that they need to go, that's all well and good. But at this point, you've got nobody to replace them with. Yeah. Unless you go full youth. Nah. That's just my... Yeah, and everyone's going to have a different back four, man. Everyone's going to have a different starting 11.
Mate, Christ, friggin' you play the midfields back there and friggin' give them a chance. Like, you know...
Don't you dare. I know what name you're thinking, and don't you dare.
No, look, it's... The biggest thing is Bobby needs to go. Whether you like him, you don't like him...
We haven't seen enough to see what he's actually got.
No one's seen enough of him. And he's an international. You know what I mean? Like, why sign him in the first place?
We were having this exact same argument 12 months ago with Ivan Vujicic.
Why'd you sign him? Why do you sign someone like that and not play him? Who signed him? You know what I mean? Like,
we have no players. Just drop them all together.
Nah.
No, I hear the fine's astronomical.
Nah, what's Alex?
No, 11 Alex Evans. There's our lineup.
What's Alex?
Right there.
Alex's favourite quote.
Oh,
Alex.
Glad he's back.
Oh, he's back, is he? Oh, he's come back for more. Kansas come calling.
Yeah, I'm back, baby.
Bloody.
Who's to say I haven't put Burns in my midfield though? Yeah, fair point.
Look, he puts
fair point.
From the 5 minutes or whatever we've seen of him. Those 2 balls he put through the other week, Burns.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, who says he can't play there?
Yeah. But
yeah, look. So okay, so what are we going to go? So we're going to go right back.
I'm pigeonholing Burns in at left back for the simple fact that we haven't seen enough of him.
Yep.
We know now. Well, he has played in more of a defensive midfield role when he has come on.
Yeah.
We haven't seen enough of his quality in either role, so I'm just shoehorning him in what he is known for.
Yeah. So
Burns,
until
I see otherwise.
So Burns will go left. You got Topper, Jackson in the middle. Then you've got
I'd go Katrumbis on the right.
Katrumbis on the right. The midfield. What are you going there? Are you going to go? So obviously,
I'm going to go controversial, and I'm going to go Langlois and Ugarkovic.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
As 2 holdings.
Ugarkovic has got to play. Like he's our best player.
By
far. At the moment.
But yeah, after I don't think Cantor had his greatest game against Perth.
Not going into Cantor. We will say that for the next topic, Alex.
Yeah.
Kantorowski's new contract. That is one that I want to talk about.
Yeah, that's one we'll talk about later.
I'm not doing it on this podcast.
Not now. We'll be here all night. But yeah, I'd go Langlois and Steven Ugarkovic as holding midfield as DMs.
Yeah. Happy with that? DMs. Loudy, Stevie UG, Langlois.
Yo. Well, as I said before, mate, do you know you need to start off is Sergey. Bring him on after half time. Perfect. Done.
Get into it.
I still think he's probably one of our best go-to.
Mate, and to be honest, mate, as people always think that you put your best players on for your first.
No.
You don't.
No.
Not at all.
No. 100% agree.
And that's why Meg's got to look at it and go, do you know what? He's a really good young lad, local lad, good impact player. Bring him on after half time and he's there, and he's done it many times before after half time, and he's proven his point.
Run him against dead legs.
Correct.
Yeah, bloody right, mate. Yeah,
Correct.
And it's not, and as long as he knows that's not. See, when you obviously a professional situation like that sort of stuff, starting, yeah, it's fair enough, it's good for you and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a good position for you to be in, but strategically, though, it might not be the best thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. On a winning side, do you want to start the game and get subbed, or do you want to come on and win the game?
Come on and win the game.
Exactly.
That's an easy one.
100%.
How many players have we seen in our lifetime? It's been amazing.
Oh, heaps.
Yeah.
Heaps.
All right, moving on to my midfield three, higher three. I would put. Hang on, I need to think about this now. What have I put where? I'd put Matty Miller on the right of midfield.
Yep.
I'd put Dimmy in the middle.
Yep.
I'd put controversial,
Coffee.
and everyone's going to yell at me for this. Fitzy on the left. I'll get to it in a minute. And up front, I'd put Hoffy, and then swap Hoppy off, and then make adjustments at half time to bring Thurgay on up top.
No, I think Hoppy's a good choice up front. Obviously, Merrick has. That's the way he's gone with Hoffy, I think, since he's sort of been at the club.
That was happening prior.
Yeah.
Miller converted him back into a right midfielder as well.
So I think Hoffy is better off starting up front. Even if you don't take him off when Thurgate comes on, you can always push him back.
Yeah, you can put him
wide.
I mean? You can throw him in the back line if you need to.
Yeah, I think. So I think Cannon definitely needs back to the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Friggin'
surprised you're not asking why Fitzy.
No. Look, I said I've Fitzy. I don't know. He annoys the shit out of me sometimes.
I've told you this before.
At the same time,
he does good things. He's not afraid to take players on. He did make good runs. The cutback that he did in the game for Perth that nobody got on the end of, I was screaming for. But like I said to you, his confidence is down after being on the shuffle from club to club to club. He just needs a goal. Once he gets a goal, that's it.
And yeah, mate, we're talking about Fitzy.
I draw straight up, and I've said this literally for about 4 or 5 matches ago. That lad shows so much commitment for the club.
Yep, he does. But
if you see how he plays, he's strong on the ball, and he wants to win it.
Yep.
And I think it was like a few matches ago, and you saw it straight hand, where he was the only one on the pitch that was actually putting in 110%, hitting players as he should be doing in his position.
Yeah.
And it was remarkable.
Yeah. I think
he's just down on confidence. He just needs a goal.
He's desperate. The biggest thing, I think that's the biggest thing. He's so desperate. He's been, as you said, he's been thrown from club to club. And when he gets to the club, he doesn't get the chance. You know what I mean?
He's out to prove.
He's been put. He wasn't played in the right positions at City. No. In my opinion,
they tried to convert him. And some people you can, some people you can't. He's one that you can't. And he's straight out desperate. You know what I mean? He will do whatever it takes, and he's trying his ass off to score a goal. And when he does, mate, they'll come.
Look out.
They'll come.
Look out, because he's just down on confidence. And as you said,
I've been saying that for weeks.
He's hungry, mate, and you've got to be, especially with the front 3 or 4 that we've got that are injured.
But the thing is that you want players at your club. That are hungry to get the goals and make an impression on the club.
Yeah.
And as I said before, I said to many people before watching the matches, and I went, that lad wants it, and he really does want it.
Oh, he does.
And that's why I think the club's got to look at him and go, right. And I've seen the first time with him putting in 110%, as I said before. They're going to look at it and go, right. If I give you the opportunity, same as Thurgate and all that, as they all do, put him in there. Get him to do it. Get him to do the job. Sorted.
Yep.
Yeah. No. 100%. So yeah. Anyway, we are gonna wrap it. It's an hour and a half almost into it. Loudy, mate, thank you very much for jumping on.
Cheers, Loudy.
No problems, mate. Thank you for the invitation. I do appreciate it.
No, mate, absolutely. Yeah, friggin'. I'll speak to you and we'll set it up properly so I'm not sitting here holding the phone. Up to the microphone.
No problems.
But
Alex, nice talk.
Everyone have a Merry Christmas anyway. And,
absolutely, mate.
I know lots of lads from other clubs listen to it as well, the podcast. So good luck to everyone for the season next year, and a Merry Christmas to all the clubs as well. So
yeah, no, absolutely, mate. yeah, you stay safe up there. Friggin' say hey to the better half.
Say hi to T.
Hi.
Don't worry about your brother. Stuff him.
Yeah, I'm not going overseas anytime soon, so I'll be sweet.
I seen how happy you were, mate. You friggin' finally not be moving around at Christmas time, so enjoy it.
Dimmy Redemption, Shepherd, and Ferreira.
Get the beers, get the scotch.
Yeah, I'm going to find a new club now, so watch out.
You're a bit lousy.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. So yeah, muchly appreciated, mate. We'll speak to you soon. You looking at getting down to a game or coming down to you anytime soon?
Yeah, we'll be, mate. Yeah, I'm organising
Beautiful.
In the new year anyway. So yeah,
Beautiful.
We'll organise it.
We'll sort something out, mate. No worries.
And a few get all the NCL and Terrace Nerve Castro there as well. So I think it's going to be a good match.
Absolutely, yeah. Big shout out, obviously, before we go. Big shout out to Terrace Nova Castro for everything they've done. For all the kids and that at Christmas, all the teas, 1,200 or so thereabouts. So yeah, big shout out to them and all the boys behind all that and everything going forward. They're looking good. It's looking good. So,
mate, they're putting 110% effort in, and as one of the lads said before, like Varney said, you go to a match, you lose. The thing is, you don't lose passion in your club. So you might lose day in, day out and all that, but the thing is, you support the club that you decide to support.
Yep.
And that's all that matters, because you know what, at the end of the day, no one can take that away from you.
Yeah,
agreed.
100%.
It's your club.
100%, mate. Absolutely. Righto, mate. We're going to leave you to it. We'll speak to you soon. Thanks again.
All right. Yeah, no problem, mate. Yeah, the two are in 9th position anyway, so I'm happy to see.
Yeah, better than playing the championship. See you, mate.
All right, have a beautiful Christmas, lads.
Same to you, mate.
You too, mate. Have a good one.
All right.
Anyway, guys, we are going to wrap it up. Thanks, everybody. Luke, Sasha, Alex. There was somebody else, I believe. Damon. Thanks, everyone, for coming on. And Garfield, obviously, all the way over in the UK as well. Muchly appreciated. Alex, shoot me a message or something like that. We'll tee something up. We'll do another one like this. Be good to have someone else on with Newcastle Jets minded and shit like that. But yeah, we won't see you before Chrissy. So everyone, have a good Chrissy. Enjoy it. Drink plenty.
Eat, drink, be merry.
Eat, drink, be merry.
We're off to go see Christmas lights.
If we don't see you before New Year's, enjoy the new year, and we'll see you in 2020. I'm not sure with holidays and locations and all that, how that's going to work out. But yeah, thanks again, everyone, for watching, and be sure to like it. Be sure to share it around. Subscribe to the channel. And as always, we hate Coast Scum. See you guys.